Hi everybody, Paul Wilkinson here. Now what we're going to do today is your basic beginner's level introduction to sort of like high interval training. What we're going to do is Tabata. Tabata means you do 4-minute blocks of exercise. 4 minute, we're going to do 2 of those, so 2 4-minute blocks. So your 4-minute blocks comprises of 20 seconds rather, 20 seconds of exercise followed by 10 seconds recovery. And you've got 4 exercises. So remember I said you've got your 2 Tabatas, your 2 4-minute blocks. Your first one is going to be low intensity, and that's going to comprise mainly of sort of strength moves. Your second one is going to be high intensity, and that's going to be mainly sort of plyometric jumping, bounding moves. So it's going to really hit you cardiovascularly. The benefits of this, 8 minutes a day, that's all you need to do for at least 6 weeks. So you need to do this every day for 6 weeks before we go on to part 2 of the beginner's level. So what we do is we're going to do, you can do this, like I say, you can do this anywhere. You can do it in your front room, you can do it in your garden like I'm. The reason I'm doing this here is so you can see just how easy. No equipment, I've deliberately done this with no equipment. So we're getting rid of all those excuses. All you need is 8 minutes a day, and anybody can find that time. You come home from work, you walk through the door, first thing you do, get changed, do your Tabata, and then you do whatever you want to do. So you've got no excuses for that. So like I say, 2 Tabatas. First one is the low intensity for 4 minutes. So the 4 exercises we're doing, first one we're doing is squats. So here, feet are shoulder width apart, body's upright, I come down nicely into that squat. You might find yourself coming a little bit further forward, but that's only because you're tight in the hips. Second exercise, we go down on the floor. I'm going to go for a plank. So we go down onto the floor like so, knees, hips, hip width apart, hands hip width apart, toes hip width apart. I draw the belly button in and I lift. Bum slightly high just to keep the pressure off the lower back. I can hold that for 20 seconds. Or if I find that difficult, I can come to knees, draw up, hold for 1, 2 or 3 seconds, knees, and draw up. So that's your second exercise. Third one we're going for is a lunge. So on the lunge, I hate the way that what the lunge really is called a lunge, because the last thing you want to do is lunge forward, because it makes your knees track forward over your ankles. So just think of it as a step and then a squat. So from here, hands on hips, step, squat straight down, and now you have a perfect lunge. So I step, and I step until the back toe comes off the floor, back up, like so. Lunge. Final exercise, push-up. So go back down on the floor. Everybody hates push-ups, but really important for upper body strength. So stand-up push-up. I come into the position. Quite familiar, this move looks just like a plank. So straight away I'm working straight into the core. So from there, normal push-up, I come down, push-up, controlling that movement all the way through. Not too quick. If I want to lower that intensity, some people go into a box. I don't advise this move because it takes all the pressure off the upper body. So if I find it too difficult to do a full press up, I come into that press up position and then just bring the knees down. So from there, and just bring the knees down. Now I have a great position. And push. Like so. So you've got your 2 intensities. Okay. So that there is your 4 exercises. 4 exercises. So what we're going to do now, we're going to do with that Tabata. So we've got a Tabata timer on your phone. You can download, it's no problem. And it just gives you the times what you're going to do. So I get my phone, go to my little Tabata app. It gives me a little 7-second countdown, so it gives me time to get set up. So I press, and that's the tones you'll hear. Okay, so from here now I'm going to get my 7-second countdown. First move being the squat. So I set myself up, get myself ready for the move. Straight into the squat. So I'm going through squats, working into the legs, working into the core, total body mover. Your body shape will not change unless you're doing squat at some point of your exercise program. Going through. I'm going to get a 3-second countdown, and that means 20 seconds done. So now we go back down to the floor for that plank. Set myself up, and countdown, and lift. So it's important to get yourself set up, ready for that 3-second countdown, when you're ready to start the exercise. You don't want to lose intensity by faffing around trying to get ready to do the exercise. So I'm halfway, drawing in the belly button. Lunge. So coming back up, hands on hip, set myself up, count down, here we go. Squat down here. So remember that step, squat down here. Not lunging forward. My knee isn't going under my ankle. I'm keeping that movement going. Step. Count down. Brilliant. Okay. So next one we got now is push up. So go back down onto the floor. I'm going to do 4 push-ups. See how I'm controlling the move, especially on the movement down to the ground. That's where we develop the most strength. It's important not to just let your body drop all the way down. So I'm working through. Remember, I can put my knees on the floor for lower intensity if I want that. I need to be challenged though. Okay, so I can look at my phone, see I've done 4, so I'm back at the start again, back on the squats. Done 2-minute squat. Then we go to squats. We're feeling good. So you can hear now my heart rate's getting up a little bit because the intensity is limited recovery. So I'm going through, and they're big moves. Gets the body working, all the muscles working. There we go. Next one we're going back down to the plank. I'll show you that variation now. I'll come from here. Knees. Hold 1, 2, or 3. Knees. Lift. Hold 1, 2, or 3. Knees. Lift up. Hold 2, 3. Knees. Hold. Good variation as well for people as well. Okay. Back up we go. Next move, lunge. Hands on hips, set myself up, draw in, and we step, squat, back, step, squat, back, step, squat, back, step, squat, back. Next step, starting to work. Good. Final move, push-ups. So back down to the floor. Set myself up, draw myself in. And down we go through. Remember, I could start off like this, and if it got too intense for me, I couldn't manage to keep this form, I can just bring the knees down and carry on the latter few. Might even only get 2 full ones. The choice is yours, how you want to work it. Nice and controlled. Excellent. Close my timer. I can see 8 have done. It gives me a little thing to let me know I've finished. And there you go. That's first batter done. Okay, so that's 4 minutes worth of work. Your second one, this is your high intensity. So high intensity, again, will depend, let me just reset my timer, will depend very much on if you're massively overweight, or you might find that certain jumping moves are quite difficult for you. But plyometric moves, what we call jumping moves, are really, really important for weight loss and increasing your cardiovascular fitness and getting body change. So first move we're going to do, so we've got 4 exercises again. Squat jump. So what I do is I come down into that squat, same position as what we was in before, but not quite as deep, and then from there I'm just going to drive up, then from there, drive up. If I find this too difficult, I can go from here, little tiny, literally my toes just leaving the ground. So you've got 2 intensities you can go for there. Second move, mountain climber. So we're going to go down on the floor. So you're going to set yourself up in a press up position, and you bring knee as close to the elbow as you can, and then the other one. So I can go this intensity, but ideally I can keep the legs firing forward, like so. So speed will dictate how intense you work on that one. Again, you need to be working quite hard. So try and keep this similar to what we're doing on the first one. So it's almost like the first one prepared you for the second workout. So remember we're doing lunges. So what we're going to do now, we're going to do a skip lunge. So So from here, I go 1, 2 skips, lunge, 1, 2, lunge, 1, 2, lunge, 1, 2, lunge. So it's just a little skip shuffle, and I come down to that lunge position. Okay, next move, high knees. Now if you're struggling with the impact, ankle pain, knee pain and so on, you can just bring your knees up, like so. Or otherwise, just keep them going up through, body nice and tall, getting that heart rate right up. So high knees, okay? So that's our 4 moves, second to batter. I'm moving this quite quick because I'm going to lose intensity if I take too long between the 2. Ideally for you, you want to make sure you're recovered enough so you feel ready to do the next one. I don't mean heart rate totally back to where it was at rest, but you just need to let it come down enough so you feel comfortable and do another 4-minute workout. Okay, so I'll get my timer. There we go, second one. It's easy, isn't it? What you've got is two 4-minute blocks. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get that countdown timer again. Remember the first one? Squat jumps. Set myself up again. Get myself deep set up. Here we go. Firing up through. Driving through that body. Set myself up. Use the arms for the momentum. Guides the move. Next move, mountain climb myself down on the floor. Setting myself up again. Remember, speed dictates how hard you work. Keeping that belly button tight the whole time. Driving the forward. Feel the abdominal area working hard. Heart rate's coming up. And back up. Now we've got skip, skip, lunge. Set myself up. 1, 2, lunge. 1, 2, lunge. 1, 2. I'm doing the squats and the lunges on the first one. You really feel now the legs start to kick in. Down. Squeeze one more in. Yes. Okay. Heart rate's up. This is how hard you should be working. High knees. Here we go. Firing up. Body's tall. Working those legs fast. We're working. Heart rate's creeping up. 4 exercises done. 2 minutes from the top. Squat jumps. That's where it gets tough. If you don't feel like you're getting enough recovery. Legs feeling it now. Mountain climbers. Set myself up. Remember, I'm going quite quick. I could be going slow, like so. Speed's up to you. Speed dictates the intensity. Don't think, oh look at him, he's out of breath. I'm working the right intensity to challenge me. So you can see how you need to be challenged. Skip, skip, lunge. 1, 2, there, all legs. Yeah. 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 Heart rate's creeping up. We're nearly there. We're nearly there. Last one, high knees. Hard to finish on. It's the last thing, so we give it a roll. Let's go. I'm working fast. Yep. It's all about how fast you want to work. Not working hard. It's the last thing. Push, push. Done. So we got 2 Tabatas done. You can see, let me turn this off a minute. You can see I'm cardiovascularly challenged. The reason I've worked quite hard is you can see how out of breath you need to be. I've given you those lower intensities. You can start the lower intensities and build it up. 8 minutes a day, that's all you need to do. Thanks for watching.